A world, 60 million years ago, moments after the dinosaurs disappeared from our planet. The massive, thunderous reptiles that once dominated land and sky were gone, leaving a vast empty space at the top of the food chain. In the steamy, lush, tropical wetlands of what is now modern-day Colombia, a new ruler emerged to claim this throne. Not a mammal, not a flying bird, but a snake. Not just any snake, but a colossal, overpowering giant named Titanoboa cerrigonensis, the largest serpent to ever exist on Earth. This was no ordinary constrictor. It was a prehistoric monster, built for one purpose: to hunt, overpower, and devour even the toughest armored prey, including full-grown prehistoric crocodiles. For millions of years, Titanoboa ruled its tropical kingdom with unchallenged authority, and today, we re-diving into the extraordinary little-known story of this incredible creature, its jaw-dropping size, its brutal hunting strategy, its lush, ancient home, and the dramatic forces that drove this giant snake to extinction. The story of Titanoboa's discovery is as fascinating as the creature itself. In the early 2000s, a team of paleontologists was working in the Cerrejón coal mine in northern Colombia, one of the largest open-pit mines in the world. They were searching for fossils of ancient plants and small reptiles to study the climate of the Paleocene epoch, the period right after the dinosaurs died out. But what they found instead left them speechless: massive vertebrae and rib bones that belonged to a snake unlike anything seen before. Modern anacondas, the largest living snakes, have vertebrae about the size of a human fist, but these fossils were as big as a dinner plate, 10 times larger than any snake bone ever documented. The scientists spent years analyzing the fossils, measuring, comparing, and calculating, and their final findings shocked the world. Titanoboa grew to between 12 and 15 meters in length, weighed over 1,100 kilograms, and had a body width of nearly 1 meter at its thickest point. To put that in perspective, a fully grown Titanoboa was longer than a school bus, heavier than a small car, and thick enough that a human could barely wrap their arms around its midsection. It dwarfed every living snake, from the green anaconda to the reticulated python, standing as the undisputed heavyweight champion of all serpents in Earth's 4.5 to billion-year history. To understand how Titanoboa could grow to such an impossible size, we have to look at the world it lived in. The Paleocene epoch was a time of extreme warmth, with global temperatures 5 to 8 degrees Celsius higher than they are today. The region that became Colombia was a vast flooded, tropical rainforest, crisscrossed by slow-moving rivers, murky swamps, and shallow lakes. This hot, humid environment was perfect for cold-blooded reptiles, which rely on external heat to regulate their body temperature and grow. Unlike warm-blooded mammals, which use energy to stay warm, snakes and other reptiles could channel all their energy into growth when temperatures were consistently high. This phenomenon, known as gigantism, allowed Titanoboa to evolve into a creature of unparalleled size. The warm waters and dense vegetation also provided endless cover for hunting, and the ecosystem was teeming with prey: large fish, giant turtles, and multiple species of prehistoric crocodiles that grew up to 4 meters long. For Titanoboa, this lush, wet world was a never-ending buffet, and there was no predator large enough to challenge it. It was the apex predator, the king of the ancient rainforest, with zero threats to its reign. What makes Titanoboa most iconic is its role as a crocodile hunter, a feat no living snake can match today. Modern snakes may eat small caimans or juvenile crocodiles, but Titanoboa targeted full-grown armored adult crocodiles as a primary food source. These prehistoric crocodiles had thick, bony scales, powerful jaws, and sharp teeth, making them fierce predators in their own right. But they were no match for Titanoboa's strength. Unlike venomous snakes that kill with bites, Titanoboa was a constrictor, relying on pure muscle power to subdue its prey. It would lie hidden in the murky dark water, its massive body camouflaged by mud and aquatic plants, waiting patiently for hours, or even days, for a crocodile to come to the water's edge to drink or hunt. When the crocodile was within striking distance, Titanoboa would launch itself forward with lightning speed, coiling its muscular body around the reptile in an instant. Each coil tightened with an unstoppable force, exerting hundreds of pounds of pressure per square inch, enough to crush bone, stop the crocodile's heartbeat, and cut off its blood flow in seconds. The crocodile's armored skin offered no protection against this raw crushing power, and within minutes, the fight was over. Once its prey was subdued, Titanoboa would begin the process of swallowing it whole. Like all snakes, it had an incredibly flexible jaw that could unhinge, allowing it to stretch its mouth open, far wider than its own head. It would slowly work the crocodile into its body, inch by inch, using its powerful muscles to pull the prey down its long throat. A single crocodile meal could sustain Titanoboa for weeks or even months, as its slow metabolism meant it didn't need to eat often. This efficient hunting and feeding strategy made Titanoboa one of the most successful predators of its time. It didn't need to chase prey or fight for food. It simply waited, struck, and consumed, thriving in its wetland home with minimal effort. Even young Titanoboas had a good chance of survival, as the dense rainforest provided plenty of hiding spots from smaller predators, and by the time they reached adulthood, they were untouchable. As amazing as Titanoboa's reign was, it couldn't last forever. About 58 million years ago, the Earth's climate began to change dramatically. Global temperatures slowly dropped, the extreme heat that fueled reptilian gigantism faded away, and the vast tropical wetlands of South America began to shrink. The cooler temperatures were a death sentence for Titanoboa. As a cold-blooded giant, it needed constant high heat to move, hunt, and digest food. When the climate cooled, its metabolism slowed to a crawl, making it too slow to catch prey and too weak to survive. The shrinking wetlands reduced its habitat and its food supply, as the prehistoric crocodiles and turtles it relied on also declined in number. Smaller snake species, which could adapt to the cooler temperatures and needed less food, began to thrive, while Titanoboa's massive size became a liability instead of an advantage. Over thousands of years, the giant snake's population dwindled until eventually, the last Titanoboa slithered into the murky water and disappeared, leaving only its fossilized bones behind as proof of its existence. For millions of years, Titanoboa's story was lost to time, buried under layers of rock and soil in the Colombian coal mine. But its discovery has changed our understanding of prehistoric life, showing us just how extreme and wonderful evolution can be. It reminds us that Earth's history is filled with creatures beyond our wildest imagination, creatures that grew to impossible sizes, ruled entire ecosystems, and vanished just as suddenly as they appeared. Titanoboa wasn't just a monster snake. It was a symbol of nature's power, a testament to how life adapts and thrives when conditions are perfect. It challenges us to think bigger about the animals that came before us, and to marvel at the diversity of life that has called our planet home. Even though it's gone, Titanoboa lives on in the fossils that tell its story, in the science that studies its legacy, and in the wonder of anyone who learns about the giant snake that ate crocodiles and ruled the ancient rainforest. It has a story of power, survival, and extinction, a chapter in Earth history that will never be forgotten. Every time we look at the snakes that live today, we can see a tiny echo of Titanoboa, a reminder of the giant that once walked or slithered among us, the greatest serpent of all time. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.